Hi, we're here today to talk about clean eating, what it is and why it is such a buzz term these days. So for the last few years, the idea of clean eating has really grown in popularity, and I think it's really where we're going as a country. Eating clean means eating chemically free, minimally processed food. And what that means in terms of shopping is that those aisles in the middle of the store, all the canned and prepackaged and boxed up foods are foods that you should not be putting in your cart for the most part. You really want to do an outside perimeter shop. So the fresh fruits and vegetables, the meats, right? The dairy case, and we're kind of avoiding that middle section. Now, you can still go through that middle section for some food. That's fine. You just need to be careful about the ingredients. So you're going to turn into label readers, and it's a pain at first. It is, and it takes more time, but then you get to be an expert at this, and you know just by looking at it if it's acceptable or not. So for example, chips. My family used to eat chips. We always had chips. Well, clearly that is not a clean food. There's tons of chemicals and junk and just things we don't need in chips. But there is a brand of chips, and actually now there's lots of brands of chips that we can have. And you just flip over the bag, you look at the back, you're looking for around 5 ingredients or fewer. The type that my family always has is blue corn tortilla chips because I think they're like 3 or 4 ingredients. It's sunflower oil and the blue corn and sea salt or something like that. Very basic. So we can have those. Prepackaged, condensed soups, usually not good. Prepackaged meals, macaroni and cheese, and stovetop stuffers, and lean cuisines, and all of that stuff, no good. So try to limit and avoid those at all costs if you can. Salad dressings, you can make your own, or you can look for a brand in the organic or health food section. Usually you can find one that's a better choice, but most of those are going to have preservatives in there to make sure that, to keep it on the shelf. They're not refrigerated, so they have chemicals in there to keep it from going bad. It's much easier and better to make your own. Okay, another thing. Whole grains, you're going to choose whole grains over white grains, right? So whole wheat bread over white bread. I prefer the Ezekiel bread that's in the frozen food section. I find it at Schnucks or County Market, or I saw it at, why can't I think of the name? IGA. I saw it at IGA the other day. So it's in the frozen section, and it's better as toast rather than like room temperature, but it's sprouted whole grain bread, so there is no flour in it. Also, white foods like sugar don't count. You're going to substitute out for sugar. You can substitute with coconut sugar. You can substitute with real pure maple syrup. You can substitute with agave or honey, raw honey, but we're getting out that white sugar out of our diet. Another thing, lean meats. So during this group, I want you to avoid red meat. We're going for chicken and turkey and fish, the lean meats. Now, red meats aren't always bad. I think it's okay to have some of it in your diet, but if you do the research, red meat is really not ideal for a healthy body. It's the more studies that I've read about red meat, it is hard for your body to digest it. So I think occasional red meat is okay, but for the purposes of this group, we're going to keep it to the lean meats. Now, most of the time when I eat clean, I aim for 80% of the time. So I have treats 20% of the time. But in this group, this 5-day group, I want you to avoid any treats. It's just 5 days. So really take this time and totally clean your system out of that processed stuff. That means no alcohol, no pop, no white sugar, no white foods, and just really stick to the meal plan as best as you can. Shakeology is not required for this group, but it is a bonus. It will just continue to help you feel your best. It'll help put all the pieces together for an overall awesome wellness, total wellness feeling. If you need some, let me know. And let me know if you have any questions about clean eating. It is not, if you haven't tried clean eating before, it takes a little finesse and a little practice, but like everything, like anything that's new, the more you try it, the easier it gets. Let me know if you have questions, and I'll talk to you soon.